Why do I have this box? This is a box which helps me to remember that people care. This is the habit that I have got into. For me, one of the biggest negative thoughts that I get is that nobody cares about me. This is probably something that I've picked up in childhood or has developed in response to traumatic events. It's a really horrible way to feel, and it makes me feel bad as well when I say it to people who clearly do care about me. That makes them upset because they think I'm saying that they don't care. It's more that I know that they care, but there's a disconnect between the way that they care and how I'm feeling. This one habit that we're going to talk about in this video has helped me to remember that people do care. I hope that this will also help you challenge some of your negative thoughts. Here is an old shoebox. It is cards and letters from people who clearly do care, whether it's Christmas cards, postcard. Actually, is that still a Christmas card? Also a Christmas card. Congratulations card, a just thinking of you card, a well done on your YouTube channel card, you're in rehab and we're wishing you well card, a happy birthday card, a 1 year sober card. I gave this to myself. Having these physical, tangible things as a reminder that people care is one habit that I'm so grateful to have started doing. Started doing for a while, by the way. Some of these are very old. For example, these are from my best friend from kindergarten. I mean, she doesn't care about me anymore. There could be something to say about different love languages here. You might interpret people caring as spending time with you or as words of affirmation. I think that's one as well. Whereas someone else might think that it's really loving to buy you lots of things or to send you flowers a lot, and that might not register with you as really caring. Everybody is different. Everybody shows that they care differently. Maybe your negative thought is a different one. Maybe there is a different story in your head going on. Mine is definitely that no one cares. And the problem is that a lot of the time it is true. It's having to balance the negative belief that I have, or this core belief that I have, with the reality that, yeah, sometimes people don't care. And in fact, a lot of the time, people don't care. But this box, this habit of having this stuff, at least helps me to deal with the core belief. If I'm having these thoughts about, no one in my family cares about me, I have stuff here that definitively proves that people do care about me. Card from my friend, card from my sister. This, not only is it good to have like a physical thing to show someone cares, although we will also talk about how nice it is to have digital reminders, you know, messages. If you think about the process as well of sending a postcard, I quite often use postcards as bookmarks, so there may not be one in here. This one actually is stamped. A postcard is good because you see the stamp, whereas the card, like I've got this Christmas card from my friend, I've thrown away the envelope. Did I see her at Christmas and she gave me this, or did she send this to me? And both is lovely. To either have bought stamps in advance or to have specifically gone and bought a book of stamps, to have found your address, dug through their phone, or they've got it written down somewhere. I went to see my friend in Edinburgh and I was there for like 4 days, okay? So that's enough time to buy some postcards. Every time we walked past a shop that was selling postcards, I was like, oh, I'll buy some tomorrow. You know, we're on the way to go see the Mary Close, what's it called? I love like a historical tour, or I'll get them tomorrow. Of course, 4 days go by, I didn't buy any postcards. Anytime anyone is sending me a postcard, not only am I like, oh, that's so nice that they thought of me, but I'm also like, oh wow, they had the sense to like see them and be like, I'm buying that. These are so helpful for reminding me that people do care, because they could be organised enough over their trip to be like, need to remember to get Julia a postcard. A lot of things are digital now, and it is a lot easier to send someone a few photos of wherever you are on holiday instead of sending a card, sending a postcard. And I've got into the habit of screenshotting because I know I am prone to telling myself the story that no one cares. And it's just not true, because I have proof and proof on my phone. And it's always when I'm going through a bad time where I start to feel like no one cares. And as we said, sometimes people don't care and there's too much going on. You are the main character of your story, but you're a side character and everybody else is. That sounds too harsh. Example of the importance of keeping some kind of record of digital messages that show people care. I was having a bad time a few months ago and I was like, ugh, none of my cousins care about me. I am quite close with some of my cousins. We grew up together and went on holidays together. There's just a lot of shared memories. My cousins, my family was all aware of the fact that I was in rehab, whereas I didn't tell my friends until after I came out of rehab. My cousins, they didn't even care about me in rehab. And there was something in my head, a counter to that negative voice. And I was like, look back through your phone. So I scrolled back through my WhatsApp and I was like, oh my gosh, how could I have blocked out the fact that they sent so many lovely messages, or they were asking how I was doing, what it was like. I knew one of my cousins really cared. I've talked before about this beautiful notebook that I was sent in rehab, this journal that got me back into journaling. Journaling is so important. Let me get it actually so I can show you. It is this, my daily reflection journal. It's this beautiful like faux leather cover. Inside it's just so nicely structured. I mean, I've written in all of it and I don't really feel comfortable showing any of it. Interspersed, it's got like tips and stuff. I knew that this particular cousin cared because they sent me this in rehab. I was so touched to get this gift. Journaling has been such a key in my recovery. My journal became sort of like an anchor, reminding me that bad things happen today, good things happen today. This wasn't a terrible day, even if it was, that there were some light moments, there was some good that I can pick out and things that I can be grateful for in this day. They sent me this, so I was always like, oh, they care. There were other cousins who I was like, oh no, they didn't care. And then I was looking back through my messages, I'm like, what are you talking about? These people were all caring, they were all asking how I was doing. Whatever negative belief that you hold as like a central core belief, even if you're aware of it, like I'm very aware that my instant reaction can be like, no one cares. And I know it's not true, while also knowing that sometimes it can be true. To challenge that negative thought, I've developed this system of keeping things and having screenshots as well. The story that I'm telling myself in my head is not always true. I would encourage you, whatever negative belief is most prominent in your life, to develop a similar system or a similar practice, something that you can do when you really are feeling that negative belief and it feels like it's overwhelming and it feels like it's true. Because we don't have to believe every thought. Having a physical thing or something that you do. Last year, dealing with grief, one of my friends recommended anytime that you think of this person and you're able to, light a candle. You're attaching a physical action or a habit to a feeling or to a memory. So anytime you have your negative belief come up, you can be like, oh, now's the time where I light this specific candle, or I'm gonna put on this song. This isn't something that I go through all the time, like every day, but I do have this thought of no one cares every day. Every few weeks I will get this out, shuffle them around a bit so I'm not going through the same ones each time. People do care. A card my friend made me. Does anyone remember this YouTube video that was, hey, I'm Anglicky? I've looked for it and I can't find it. But that's what this is in reference to. I'm an open person, except for my age. Nobody knows that. Lol. It's helpful as well because it can give me a laugh and give me a dose of nostalgia. This one habit of having this stuff has helped me challenge negative thoughts. I hope that some of what I've said has resonated with you. You don't have to believe every single thought that comes into your head. These are deeply held things. It's going to be hard, but at least if you can maybe have some self-awareness around it, try and get to the root of it and be like, why do I think this? It can be helpful, but in the meantime, having something that you can turn to counteract whatever story you've got going in your head, I have found that to be tremendously helpful. If you enjoyed this video, I want to leave my video Change Your Life by focusing on the little things, talking all about how the little things will change your life. Little things like collecting cards or postcards, little things like taking 10 minutes to journal every day. Please subscribe if you would like to see more from me. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.